Hi, Aries. It's Divine Soul Astrology. My name's Denise, and today I'll be your astrologer. And today we're talking about the new moon in Scorpio, which is going to be here in the States on the West Coast. It will be November 19th of 2025, and it's at 28 degrees. It'll be happening at 10:47 p.m. for us West Coast people. On the East Coast, you're 3 hours ahead, so 1:47 a.m. Yeah. Around the world, check for your time, all right? Because, yeah, and see when this is happening for you. So, the Scorpio new moon, the new moons are when we're planting new seeds. We have new beginnings, or we're really hopeful for new beginnings, right? Um, yes, and when we have the new moon, you guys can see the chart here, right? We have the new moon. It is always conjunct the sun, yes, it is. And they're together, right? As opposed to a full moon when they're, kind of opposing. They're definitely opposing one another. So with the Scorpio, with the new moon in Scorpio, Mercury is here as well. So Mercury is telling us really is telling us a lot, right? Especially in Scorpio, because Scorpio is the psychic. It is about the eighth house, and it is about the occult. It's about our power, intimacy, our intimate relationships, control, money, and sharing. Yeah. And during this season, though, it's also about psychic ability. I mentioned that. So during the new moon lunation or lunar cycle, which is 2 weeks, you could excuse me, you could definitely be seeing, beyond the veil or beneath the veil or things you couldn't possibly see before. When we have Mercury in Aries, in Scorpio Aries, this is the detective or the psychic or the very smart intuitive or intuitive intelligent, we could say that, or intellect, right? So what we have here is we have a perfect conjunction here. They're all at 23, 28 degrees. Um, yeah, and so this new moon it's a very good moon. It's very supported. It is supported by Pluto, Saturn, Neptune, and Jupiter, all those, yeah. And let's look at your ruling planet here, which is Mars, which rules Scorpio. Yeah, very interesting. So this is a big deal for you, I believe. You're going to be feeling this, Aries, right? You're already, Aries is the sign of new beginnings. It's the sign of the self. And where are you, Aries? Right here. This is where you're at. Let's get the pen out. Why not? And here you are. All right, showing up as the Ram, of course. And we have your natal Mars that is ruling Scorpio. I mentioned that, and that is in Sagittarius. That's in your ninth house of faith and philosophy. These are your philosophical views, the ninth house. It's about travel and teaching, learning as well. And it is about faraway lands and cultures, right? This is the ninth house is our what's really important to us possibly on a philosophical, philosophical level. But what's really important, what's enthusiastic for us, where can we grow in our lives? How can we expand our lives? So here is your natal planet showing up in that house, in the ninth house. So this could be really important to you. This can be about following your higher purpose and, what you would really like in your life, what's very important and what you really identify with, right? So we have that there, and that is your ninth house. And this Scorpio new moon for you is happening in the eighth house, the natural eighth house of Scorpio. You are the first sign. This is why when we say sun, moon, and rising for Aries, we are, moving ahead to find the house where things are happening. It is your eighth house. And that eighth house for you, you're going to be feeling this new moon. Maybe not feeling it more, but it'll definitely be about eighth house matters because your eighth house is in Scorpio, where it rules. For another sign, like for example, for Taurus, the eighth house will be in the next sign in Sagittarius. So that's just how it works. It, works in a very chronological way. So you could definitely maybe you are planting new seeds, within an intimate relationship. This can be about your power, your money, especially the money that you share with others. So this money can be inheritances, bonuses, commissions, even your paycheck if, when we get kind of right down to it, because these are shared resources, right? This can be the money you make with a partner and, you are saving money together or building something or buying something even, right? It is also the house of real estate because that is also about other people's money. And Venus is in this house here. So, in your eighth house at the time of the new moon. And so there could be something, a relationship could be really seductive for you, a possibility here. Venus is also Aries. Venus is not just about money and relationships. It's ruled by Taurus. We just had the Taurus full moon, right? Just a couple of days, 2 days ago. But when we see Venus in Taurus, Venus in Scorpio, um, this can be you making money with the occult. It could be with your psychic ability, possibly. You could be seeing something too in a relationship that maybe, you were not able to see before because Venus showing up in, Venus in the Scorpio, where we are seeing beneath the veil. You could be, maybe making a lot of money and building money with a partner. That's a possibility over here with Venus. And this can be about your self-esteem too, and you're able to see something very important about your own self-worth because Venus rules your self-worth, right, as well from the second house of Taurus, right? And it is also Libra's ruler. Yeah, we know that, right? I feel like we do. And and the new moon, as I mentioned, the new moon is in the stellium over here in Scorpio. What does that mean, stellium? It means there's more than three planets or luminaries in a sign, and that is kind of building the momentum, or it's more powerful when we have more energies here, right? Yeah. So I hope you guys can see me here. I was trying to um, block the glare in here. Yeah, and it is right behind me. Yeah, it is. So I'm gonna sit right in front of that. Right in front of that. Yeah, I'll do my best here. Let me see if I can totally block that out. Oh, I beg your pardon, you guys. Thought these were kind of blocked out. This sunlight. Yeah. So you guys can see me walking here in this walking and walking on top of the planet, right? And let's see what else we have for you guys, Aries. And Mars is your ruling planet. So yeah, very, very interesting. At the time of the new moon, let's look at your sign, right? Chiron is here. Maybe you are able to see something that you can heal here, or that you are getting over, or you need to get over possibly. And in Scorpio season can show you everything that you couldn't see before, right? Yeah. And so we have the kite, and the kite, you can see the kite right here, right? And the kite is good fortune. It sure is. It's trining, coming from your eighth house, Scorpio here, and yeah, trining these different planets. But this is good luck and good fortune. It's also, about growth and transformation and the ability to rise above obstacles, right? There's energy here with the kite. There's energy. I mean, a kite goes up in the air. It's all about energy. It's, up in the wind. That's a lot of energy, right? So we see that it is about energy and potential. Right. And yes, and that is a really good thing, potential. This is how we manifest and move into better waters in our life when there's potential, right? I mean, sometimes there's potential for kind of, sometimes obstacles, but not with the kite. We are rising above, right? Up, way up in the sky, we're rising above these obstacles. And there could be something that is really changing for you here, something very transformative for you, Aries, and with Sagittarius in your ninth house with Mars, your natal planet right here. You're seeing what's kind of what you really believe in, or where you want to strive. This is about your higher purpose, the ninth house, and there you are, right? Your planet too. Yeah, you're Mars. Um, Yeah, and right here, your natal Mars Aries is squaring these nodes. Okay, so we need to let's get rid of this pen here so I can kind of show you here. Here's your natal Mars, and when I click on it, I get the squares here to the nodes. And what are the nodes about? They're completely related to the moon, and we have the nodes always on an axis. Yeah, we do. So here we have the south node in your sixth house of everyday work and health, um, everyday life, your daily routines, your schedules, even your habits. That's Virgo is about habits and processes and methods, but this could be changing for you, something with these sixth house themes, right? Um, and so the South Node is leaving things behind. It can be learning karmic lessons. It can have to do with anything, a past life. It can, because when we have this in when we talk about the nodes, everybody has the nodes in their own axis. So, but this is leaving things behind. This can be learning from karmic lessons. As I said, family wounds. Yeah, family wounds, childhood wounds. The South Node is about the past. Yeah, it is. I beg your pardon, you guys. The South Node is the past, and the North Node is where we are going. It's right here, right? So this North Node is about our fate and destiny. It's evolving and becoming our best self, our highest potential. And everybody is striving to go there, even if they don't realize that. It is a place of wholeness, right? And so it takes some of us longer to get there, right? Yeah, I'm a late bloomer myself, so I can understand that, right? But these squares here are putting some type of pressure, yeah, and putting some type of pressure, maybe for you to leave something behind, Aries, that has to do with these six house matters, right? Your life, maybe you want your life to completely change here. Sometimes this north node, south node, right? And the South Node, when we talk about, leaving things behind, the past, and learning from that, moving forward to become this North Node, um, sometimes it is like, it can be kind of painful sometimes, but it really is waking up to the wisdom in your life so you can move forward into the North Node, right? The squares are here putting pressure for you to leave something behind or learn from it, in order to move forward here and kind of get this, reach your North Node. It's kind of like the North Star. And so here we have you right here with the circle, and this is in your 12th house. So this is about letting things go. The 12th house is the 12th house of endings. Yeah, there could be, maybe you have a health habit that you need to, this is also about health over here, something about your health that you need to let go of. And maybe it could be a habit in Virgo. And yeah, it could be. And that, that's not really helping your daily life at all. In fact, probably putting pressure on it with Mars to the North Node here. All right, let's see what else we have. And the kite, as I was talking about the kite, let this refresh as slow as it is. Don't really know why it is refreshing so slowly. Okay, let's empty this. Maybe that will help. Right? Yeah. Um, and here we are, we have it refreshed. So the kite, though, I wanted to mention is in your psychological houses. It's happening in your eighth house, and this is the house of the hidden, whatever is hidden here, psychologically, right? Yeah, and also the 12th house of endings. This is also the other psychological house in Pisces. Pisces is about unconscious patterns that we have. It can be about secrets, as Scorpio as well. It can be about things are hidden, right? And then the other house here is this house for you. This is your fourth house. This is Cancer. So these water trines where things are going to happen very easy for you. Um, they can with this new moon and these trines. It's going to be depending on your chart, Aries. I don't have your own chart for you Arians out there, right? Your own natal chart. But this is the fourth house, and in your fourth house of home and family. But this is also about the past and public here, groups of people. This is the mother. The fourth house is the mother. It's also our emotional stability. So Jupiter is here supporting all that for you. It really is, which is a really good thing. Yeah. So we have those psychological houses. So this new moon has to do with these psychological houses in your life, right? And Mars is, so I was talking about Mars here, um, is, it is in your, it is, I beg your pardon here, so we're talking about the grounding that is so important here. And Mars, I wanted to say here, sorry, you guys, Mars is a planet of action. It's the planet of new beginnings. It's a cardinal sign for Aries, right? And for Aries, it's a cardinal sign. It also rules Scorpio. Scorpio has two rulers for me. The ancient ruler is Scorpio, and the modern day ruler is Pluto. Yeah, but we like to use Mars because Pluto is, it can be very generational, where it is affecting, so many people because it takes so long to move to another sign. Years, right? Can stay on a sign for 30 years. Yeah, that's a big deal. So this is why we are using the more personal planet of Mars, right? So as I was saying here, there's some type of grounding that is coming for you. Grounding is important with, your sixth and your 12th houses. Let's look at that. Yeah, and this is, I was talking about the nodes here one more time, right? This little kind of looks like a jump rope upside down. And that's in your sixth house. So this is on the health axis with the south node here and the north node in Pisces. That's where we have a trine as well. The sun, moon, and Mercury are trining Neptune and Saturn. And Neptune and Saturn are there to support your dreams, especially here in the 12th house. But you have to let something go. The 12th house is about a lot, but about a lot of things. But most likely you have to let something go. And here it is, regarding work or your daily routines. It can be your approach to your lifestyle, like your habits. Yeah, it can. But this is the health axis. The 6th and the 12th. Virgo is the physical health, usually, and Pisces is um, the psychological health, the mental health, right? Yeah, so this is where we have these nodes and these trines as well. And we have Mercury. It is trining Jupiter from the eighth house. So here's Mercury in your eighth house. Trining, here's right here, Jupiter. A trine makes things happen very easily. It is a flow. We can see the other trine here too. It is a flow for you in your fourth house, supporting your emotional stability. This can be about family, or maybe, you could even be moving here. Mercury is, the brains in the situation here, trining Jupiter, about really what is supporting your emotional health, where you can um, expand and grow. Definitely. And this is in your fourth house. Jupiter and that loves to be in Cancer. It's very nurturing as well. That'll be there for you until next June, right? And the sun here, the sun, interesting. The sun and the new, especially the sun adjacent to, conjunct, rather, perfect conjunction with Mercury, is letting you see, especially in Scorpio, what's really important to you. Yeah, especially with these eighth house themes of intimate relationships and money and shared money. Also, your power and your ability to understand things at a very deep level. Yeah. Um, yeah. And so let's see what else we have. Yep. Yeah, you're very aware of what you're doing here, Aries, about planting these seeds for the future as the new moon sits in your eighth house. I was talking all about how kind of psychic this is, or intuitive, and Mercury is there, the planet of brains, right? Yeah, the planet it is. And so the planet of the mind or intellect is there to support that too. And you're doing this, you're seeing things in a very intelligent way, and also intuitively, and you're seeing your power. Yeah, you're seeing your power to help you shape your visions, Aries, and possibly commitment here, where we have this trine to your 12th house. Here is, you know, Saturn. Saturn is about our responsibility and our commitments. Yeah, it is. And the seriousness that we bring to our projects or potentially our dreams, because here it is in our visions. Here it is in a loose conjunction here um, with Neptune, right? And Neptune is about our dreams and our visions, our intuition and our imagination, amongst other things. But in this reading, where we have, or at this time, where we have the eighth house so predominant here, this can definitely be about you understanding things at a very deep psychological level, at an intuitive level. Um, yeah, because Mars rules your eighth, and also we have all this eighth house activity. For sure we do. You're on some type of a journey here because we have Mars in Sagittarius, your ninth house. Mars in Sagittarius is exploring, it can be exploring new kind of, exploring new kind of, horizons, but it can also be where you are definitely taking action towards the things that you really believe in, the things that are important to you, right? Um, yeah, and maybe there's a big travel here. You could be maybe planning something of travel. That's a possibility when we have your Mars in your ninth house. All right. Um, yeah, Pluto is in your 11th house of the future, and Pluto is the ruler of the new moon as well. We can say that. I think I mentioned that earlier about Pluto and Mars, how they both kind of rule Scorpio, right? Um, but there's always a little bit of kind of up for debate on this. There always is because they say, yeah, they do. Because we have dual rulership with Taurus and Libra, and then we have it with Mercury and with Gemini and Virgo. But it's kind of debatable when we talk about Scorpio and Mars and Pluto, right? But we have this the Pluto, the ruler of the new moon, is sextiled, right, by the sun, moon, and Mercury. So here it is here. This is all from these three, luminaries here, right? The planet of Mercury, the mind, and this is about your decisions, your conversations, your plans and goals, and your willpower. So yeah, and so. And here it is, sextiling Pluto. There's definitely an opportunity there for you if you can see it. You have to be able to see those, yeah. And you're able to transform something here. Change something, transform something, and it can, could be something about a smart goal you have or an idea. Even Mercury can be about your ideas. But this is a great sextile. And here is Pluto in your 11th house of the future. So there's a lot of transformation moving forward, Aries, and you could be planting seeds right now with the new moon for that transformation, right? The 11th house is also the house of, it is the house of the future. It is the house of, friends and social groups and like-minded groups, definitely. And the 11th house is about change because of the future. And here's Pluto transforming. So yeah, really interesting there. Um, mm-hmm. And now we are looking at the sun, moon, and Mercury all opposing Uranus and Taurus. Taurus is in your second house of earned income, your second house of possessions, finances, and also well-being. Yeah, like stability, things like that. Stability in the terms in the way of materialism and money, because when we have enough money and right, we feel better about ourselves. So that is the type of stability we have coming with Taurus or Venus, because Venus rules your second house. So Uranus, by the time I believe it might still be in Gemini right now, but by the time of the new moon, I'm looking at the exact day of the new moon here. Uranus will be at 29 degrees of your second house, and so this is about change and innovation and something that could be feeling kind of really volatile, perhaps, or unstable in the house of kind of stability here for you. But this could be, you are changing the way you earn your money, possibly. Your values can change because this is self-esteem. Yeah, I was saying how, money supports our it does support our well-being, right? Which is, associated with self-esteem. So, there could be something here that is kind of challenging you a little bit, and you maybe need to do something now that, because Uranus is at a critical degree at 29 degrees. The 29th degree is telling us, hey, you got a little bit of time here. Go ahead and do this, or let something go, but do something, because this is asking for a completion. Um, yeah, it is. And Uranus is the planet of unexpected change. So, which can always come as kind of a tower. It depends, right? If we are ready for it. But usually, this in the second in Taurus doesn't like change. So Uranus in your second house it can feel volatile for you regarding these second house themes of, maybe how you earn your money, possibly, or, um, themes of self-esteem, or even your financial stability could be. And here it is in opposition with Mercury, the Sun, and the Moon. And this is in your eighth house. So these are second and eighth house themes. And these are the opposite signs. The opposite signs share qualities, but they are a little different, and they are there really to help us grow. They are these opposite signs and what they mean, because the nodes, the north and the south node, which is about our, it can be seen as your lower self and your higher self. Yeah, it can, because of the wisdom and the life purpose and the evolution that is associated with the north node. So here, what I'm saying here is we have opposite signs here for the new moon, right? Because of this Uranus opposition. So the opposition is, it can be a blaming of someone or something like external to us, but there is change here, and it is challenging this opposition. Excuse me, it's like opposing forces that are kind of, that need to come together and merge, kind of to come together and make up, and it can be seen that way. But you might have to, with Mercury here in the eighth house and the sun and the moon, there could be something that you need to maybe like really see. And, Mercury wants you to be smart. It wants you to make smart decisions. It definitely does. It is typically very analytical, looking at all the details about some type of change here for you. It could be like an ending. There could be something kind of shocking here, or something that comes as some type of ending or major change for you that is, that it feels kind of, unstable, right? And volatile could be here. But and then, that Uranus will move back into your third house in April of next year. But this Uranus, Uranus is also about breakthroughs, the way that things can happen so quickly with Uranus, unexpected change. Here is the antenna, right? Doesn't it look like an antenna? It sure does. And the sign it represents looks like these little energy, kind of little electrical glyphs, if you will, or electrical lines. So this is all about, it can be about breakthroughs, awakenings, things like that, definitely. And this technology as well. Uranus is about technology, because the innovation and the intelligence behind it. It's a very intelligent planet, yeah, because Aquarians are associated with the 11th house, and Aquarius is considered, very intelligent, an air sign, eccentric, and kind of rebellious. But it is a lot of inventors are born under the sun sign of Aquarius. Yeah, that's true. Edison was, and some others that I really can't think of. It's a genius aspect. It is. Um, Right. And so there could be something here you got to let go of here. And this could be shaking up also. It could be asking you to make a decision here, or, plans and goals possibly with Mercury over here. It's definitely asking you to see something and analyze something that most likely needs change, or you're feeling the change and you are feeling this volatility, and possibly you need to, because with this, uh, the oppositions, they are always pushing us to make a decision about change. Yeah, they are. And Mercury here wants you to make some really good decisions. So Yeah, but that can bring an awakening. That can really change things for you. And, Mercury is there to kind of help you out because of the intelligence here. There could be a big awakening for you, but, this change, I feel like Mercury is helping you kind of analyze it and see it for what it is. Yeah, especially in the sign of Scorpio. hmm and your values can be changing here, Aries. Yeah, it can. In the second house of values, self-esteem, and money and resources. Yeah. All right. And these are both money houses, so this can definitely have to do with money. Taurus is a money sign, as is Scorpio. All the opposite signs, as I mentioned, have something very similar. Yeah, and for this, they're both fixed signs. Well, the opposite signs are always, they're always of the same, either fixed or cardinal, but mutable. But the thing about it here is that these are money houses here. And so this could definitely have to do with your money. It could be, there's something that you might know about Aries that that needs to change. You might have to go really deep about something when we have, Mercury opposing this Uranus in your second house, Mercury in the sign of, in the intuitive sign of Scorpio, or the sign that really wants to look below the veil, right? My cousin told me that her daughter always, is always questioning everything, like something's been left out. Well, her daughter's a Scorpio, right? She has a Scorpio rising. So she, of course, they're always thinking kind of that something's either, maybe that people are lying, doesn't always have to be. It's usually that there's something more to it. There's something still beneath the veil, or something still that hasn't been kind of exposed, that's been hidden. And that is already with Mercury in Scorpio. That is, yeah, that is definitely, um, yeah, maybe you want to work as well because of the money aspect. Maybe you want to work in the occult. Possibility here. This could be changing the way you make money. Uranus in your second house of earned income. Um, yeah, and there is a lot of enthusiasm here for you during the new moon cycle here, because we have Mercury trining Jupiter, and that's in your fourth house of emotional stability and home and family. You may see that you want to move here. This could be upgrading, like, renovating, or more like an upgrade, maybe moving to a bigger house. Maybe there could also be, this could be easy for you to have a child. It can, when we have the benefic Jupiter, which is about expansion and growth in Cancer, in the sign of home and family. So you could have a child right here. You might. And very interesting for you. So yeah, I hope you really enjoyed that. Please like, share, and subscribe. It was really helping me to get to the 4,000 watch hours and the 1,000 subscribers, right? Appreciate you guys. If you want to get a psychic reading with me, I'm also a tarot reader, and I do psychic readings. I'm a Silva grad, and yeah, my work is accurate. I will put that in the description box, and you can click on that if you want. Right now, I have a promotion going as well. Yeah, for psychic readings and tarot readings. You can get a past life reading with me. You can. Um, yeah, thanks so much for joining me here. And hit the little bell if you want to receive uploads, right? My notifications. Thank you so much, you guys, for watching me today. Yeah.